All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Providence Lucha Talk. This is Luisito. I'm coming to you with another video. I'm here to give you my picks and predictions for night one for Fyter Fest 2021. It's happening tonight, Wednesday, July 14th, in a couple of hours. But I just want to give you my thoughts, opinions, and picks for this pay-per-view that we're gonna see. Before we begin, I would like to make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to all social media. On YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well on if you want to hear audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Um, um, this pay-per-view that's happening tonight on TNT, Fyter Fest Part 1, Night 1, Night 2 is happening next week. It has a very stacked card for this week. Next week, they haven't given us all the matches. I know next week we have the Women's Champion, Dr. DMD, Britt Baker against Nyla Rose, so that should be pretty interesting. But let's get to our predictions for this Night 1 Fyter Fest. So first, we're going to have Hangman coming out, most likely basically cutting a promo on Kenny Omega, and we know he's going to be the next challenger for Kenny Omega. I think there might be we might see a brawl interaction between him and Omega, and most likely we might see the Good Brothers come in, and I think we might see a whole rumble between the Good Brothers, Kenny Omega versus Dark Brothers and Hangman. So which should be pretty cool, and should be setting up the match that they're having for the championship. Up next, we have Penelope Ford versus Yuka Sakazaki. She came back from Japan. I know the AEW has been having a great interaction and deal with Japan, and adding to their women's division. I know Kip Sabian has been out for a while. That's why we haven't seen him on TV because of injury. This match is going to be very good. A good match for Penelope Ford, but I'm picking Yuka Sakazaki just for a different face and a good baby face. I know Penelope Ford has been building up her wins in AEW Dark and some episodes as well as AEW, but I think I'm giving to Yuka as the winner for this match. Up next, we have Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage. This match has been building up for decades, almost 20 years. They face each other all over the world, especially with the tag partner Edge and Christian. Same thing, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. But this is going to be kind of like hopefully one last match between them. I know Matt Hardy's been trying to add him to the team, but I know Christian Cage wants to go solo this time. So I'm pretty sure that this match is going to be like all-time sake, but I'm picking Christian Cage. His slogan now is outwork everybody. I think he's going to outwork Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy has nothing to lose. If he loses, fine. Doesn't affect him too much, but we need to see more of Christian Cage, especially this match, giving us a little old-school type of vibe, but it should be pretty cool. Then we also are having the IWGP United States Championship match between Jon Moxley and Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun. This is good because we have seen Carl Anderson in New Japan holding. I think he had the Intercontinental and the Light Heavyweight Championship in New Japan. I don't think he has held the IWGP US Championship, and it's been a few people that have had it from the United States. So Jon Moxley has been able to defend it against all newcomers and all comers from New Japan, as well as people in AEW, but he's been able to retain the title. I think it's going to be a valid effort for Carl Anderson, but I think Jon Moxley is going to still be champion. I think he's going to be champion for a while, especially he might be the bridge between AEW and New Japan, so that should be pretty cool. Up next, another title match that we're going to have is going to be for the FTW Championship. It's going to be Brian Cage, the current champion, versus Ricky Stark. I know this is how Team Taz has been imploding, feuding between these two. It's pretty difficult to have two big egos in one group. So this is going to be pretty cool to see, not faction from within, but finally see Brian Cage. I think this is going to be the second time he gets challenged for the title. And I'm glad that we get to see finally Ricky Starks competing for a title and going against Brian Cage. I know there's been rumors that they are going to use the FTW Championship in their new AEW's new show Rampage as kind of like the main title for that show. So I'd be pretty interested to see finally a title being used, because this title is basically a throwaway title. It's just he has held it. He hasn't defended it. We thought, Taz bringing it over to AEW, we thought we were going to see either AEW Dark or even being kind of the mid card. But since Brian Cage had it, there hasn't been no contenders, no championship, anything movement for this title. It's going to be a good match. I know Ricky Starks are going to get to the head of Brian Cage, but I still think the Machine will take it and continue. And if the rumors are true that eventually they'll bring this title to Rampage, it will be a good title to have as kind of like something to look forward to, especially for that show, AW Rampage. I think it's gonna be this either it's gonna be Fridays or Saturdays, but it's gonna be the show hosted by the Big Show. So we have either Big Show or Mark Henry. I know we have Elevation, we have Dark, and we're gonna end up getting Rampage pretty soon. So at least them having different titles in line, they're able to use it for different shows, so it should be pretty interesting. But Brian Cage for this one. And lastly, we're going to have basically the main event. It's going to be the coffin match between Darby Allin against Ethan Page. I like what Ethan Page has been doing, especially after he left Impact when he was a tag team title holder. And he was a free agent. He was able to come and make a bit. I think people that have come from free agency, I think he's done the most impact out of most of the people that have come that have not come from WWE. So Ethan Page, I like what he's doing, especially working with Darby Allin, especially this coffin match. I like that. It's similar to what Darby, it suits Darby because the coffin drop is his finisher, but this is kind of like a way to set either hopefully Darby finale or Ethan Page beginning. We'll see what will happen. I wouldn't be mad if whoever wins. Is going to be good for both. I know Darby has won the TNT title. He was the face of TNT for a while. And being with Sting kind of gave him the rub and kind of make him a bigger name, even though he has done his own thing. I would like, my pick for this match is Ethan Page, because I want him to, especially as a heel, we need somebody, especially in AEW, besides the Bullet Club or the Elite, somebody else to be a big heel for AEW. And I think Ethan Page has the it factor, especially him being with Scorpio Sky. I think it's going to be good. We will see, of course, interruption between Scorpio Sky and Sting. And I think they're going to neutralize each other. But Ethan Page might pull one off and take it, and especially going against Darby Allin. So Ethan Page for this one. Just a quick recap. We have Juka as my pick. We have Christian Cage as my winner for this one. Jon Moxley retaining the title, as well as Brian Cage retaining the title again. And finally, we get to see Darby Allin inside the coffin and Ethan Page taking the win. So these are my picks for this pay-per-view. And I would like to, I'm looking forward to see what happens in Fyter Fest. Just don't remember to subscribe to our channel. Leave your picks in the comments below on who's winning the matches. This will be a good match. I feel like so far what they have set up for Fyter Fest Part 1 is going to be a good match overall. So let's see what happens, and hopefully my picks works out. Let's see what you have to say in our comments below. Thank you for tuning in. This was Luisito. Till next time.